Hello and welcome guys to another video, and today we have the final part of my review of the Moza R9 wheelbase and the GS steering wheel. So this is the concluding part of my 3-part review series. If you want to watch the other 2 parts, just have a look in the description down below for the playlist link. So jumping straight into it, I want to start off with the positives, and then we'll have a look at 1 or 2 cons with this wheel. So first of all, I want to have a look at the software. I really like the software. There's a wide range of what you can do with this wheelbase to adjust all the different force feedbacks. It's very easy to adjust angle of rotation. It even has a setting to allow you to change when the rev limiter comes on. So I really am happy with the software. I've noticed a number of people have also asked me for the settings that I'm using with the wheel. Now, I haven't quite perfected the settings just yet. I'd like to experiment with them just a little bit more, and once I've got them feeling perfect, I will upload a video for you guys with all the settings, but I just want to get them absolutely perfect before I upload them for you. Another option that you can also have to do with the software is you can get an app for your phone, which some may find beneficial if you're only on one screen. I believe you can change like angle rotation, for example, so you can just do that on your phone, which is quite a handy feature. I haven't needed to use it because I'm quite happy with the one that's on my PC, but that is one thing to keep in mind. Now, jumping into how I've actually found the wheelbase. Now, I found it amazing compared to the Thrustmaster TX. Due to it being direct drive over gear driven, it's super smooth. I could not believe how smooth it was. But it's also a very powerful motor in comparison to the TX. So what that allows is it allows a wider range of force feedback. So there's a bigger difference between it being really heavy when you have grip and it being light when you don't have grip. There's a lot more of a bigger range there, and it allows you to really find the limit of the tires and keep on that limit. And it also, I found, helped improve my car control because I was able to tell when the wheels were sliding a lot earlier, and that really actually helps with also being consistent in that, being able to feel the tires a lot better. Now, the wheel itself, the Moza, I believe it's the GS wheel, really happy with it. Very high quality how it's built. The shifters quite loud, but really high quality. You can tell how good quality this wheel is. Really like the carbon fiber on the front of the wheel, and also with this wheel you can change the color of every single button. So every single button can be a different color. Really awesome to set up, so you can personalize it to your own preference. Same with the rev limiter, you can change the colors and you can completely customize when the rev limiter comes on and things like that as well, which is really nice. As to regards the buttons on the wheel, they're all very high quality. The only button that I'm not 100% kind of sure about is the D-pad buttons, because it's like a joystick like you would have on an Xbox controller, but it's like an analog switch, so it's just on off. So it would be good to be an actual analog stick so you can move around and look around your car, whereas it's just like on off. So that is one thing that I would like to see, is it actually being more of a joystick than a on off sort of button that is usable as a joystick, if that makes sense. Another thing that I'm really happy with is the quick release. It's absolutely amazing. Look how quick it is to take a wheel off. Super nice. When you're lining it up, just be careful when you line it up, but super quick to put back on again. Amazing compared to the Thrustmaster TX quick release I was using before. Really high quality as well, the quick release. It doesn't have any flex or that, from what I can tell. I also really like the grips on the wheel. The Alcantara feels really comfortable to hold. Quite a thick grip compared to my previous wheel, but I actually prefer it being a bit thicker. The only thing is I would actually rather it be more of like a rubber or a leather, because I noticed the Alcantara will wear a bit quicker. I always use gloves when racing, but when you're using it 2 to 3 hours a day, um, it will wear out with the Alcantara. Um, so that would be something that would be nice to see, is maybe like an option to have different grips. But it does feel really nice to use. Now, one question everyone wants to know when they buy a new piece of gear: is it going to make me quicker? Now, I can't answer is it going to make you quicker, but I can tell you my experience. It's definitely helped me find better car control. Now, what I mean by that is, as I said, you can feel the limit of the tires a lot better than a gear driven wheel. Um, Over the Thrustmaster TX, I found that I'm able to control the car a lot better and be a lot smoother with the wheel. However, even though that does make me a bit more consistent and I can push on the limit, I would say that I think this is helping me get a little bit faster, but it might not be the same for everyone. So I can't guarantee you that it's going to make you quicker, but I can say for me personally, it's made me feel a lot more consistent and able to push the car more to the limit, but also be consistently on the limit, not just reach the limit and then bin it. Now, of course, we have to talk about the cons with this wheel, what I don't like about it. Now, thankfully, there's only two things I don't like about this wheel. The first thing is the Alcantara grip wearing quite easily. I've only had it for probably around a month or so that I've been using it. Now, to be fair, I do use it 2 to 3 hours a day, but I'm always wearing karting gloves to try and give the wheel a bit of protection. But already I've noticed some wear on the Alcantara, and that's only after about a month. So it would be good to see an option to have different grips. Obviously, it's no big deal if they do wear out, because it's very easy to just get new grips. I notice a lot of people make them custom with what you get for tennis rackets. You can use that tape and make your own grips, but that is one con with those grips, is the Alcantara wears quite quickly. Now, the other thing that I don't like about this wheel, and it's probably the biggest thing, is the heat. The wheelbase seems to get very, very hot. Now, there's no, from what I can tell, there's no air gaps or air vents like there is on the TX. It's rather got the metal fins down the side of the wheelbase and on the top. Now, what that means is it heats up quite a lot compared to something that does have vents, but it actually says in the manual to only use for 1 hour. Now, if you're just doing sim racing for fun, 1 hour, that might seem alright. But for me, even a sprint championship, 1 hour doesn't work. So I'm always using it longer than what it says, which is why it gets so hot. But for example, just the sprint GT3 championship I'm doing right now, it's a 1 hour practice session, 15-minute qualifying session, and a 1 hour race, and that's a fairly short round of a championship. And even that is almost double what the manufacturer recommends for the wheelbase. Whereas on the TX, I would use it for hours, and the heat didn't seem to be that big an issue because it had the fan. So that is one thing that I think could maybe be improved, is just some better cooling for the wheel. It's no big deal, I haven't really had any problems with it, is it just gets very hot after being used for a while. So would I recommend this to you guys? I would 100% recommend it to you guys. I've really enjoyed this wheel. This is going to be my wheel for the foreseeable future. Now, I want to say this again. This is not sponsored. I was not sent this wheel for free. I was not paid to do the review. This is my own opinion on the wheel. I work and I saved up and I paid for this wheel with my own money. I do have an affiliate link with Moza, but I got that after I paid for the wheel, and that is just so that if you guys would like to go and buy this wheel and support the channel, then I can get a small percentage to support the channel. But I'm not paid to give a good review or anything like that. So just to let you guys know that this is my own opinion, not sponsored or anything like that. But I am really happy with the wheel, really like it. It's a massive difference over the TX that I had previously, so would definitely recommend it. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this review. Really enjoyed making this 3-part series. If you've got any suggestions for any upcoming reviews that I may have, feel free to let me know in the comments down below how I can improve the review videos. But as always, thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you again next time.